Ok, xin chào mọi người. Chắc mình đợi thêm 1-2 phút nữa để mọi người vô rồi mình sẽ bắt đầu ha. Ok, xin chào thầy Thái. Forsen là bạn nào ta? Thấy quen quen nhưng chưa biết là bạn nào. Ok, 20 mất rồi. Mọi người, anh em nào mà đang xem thì có thể chat thả một cái GM ở trên này cho mọi người biết là mình đang xem nha mọi người. Thấy ở trong này có 23, 25 mắt.
Nó bị rớt. Xem lại. Mình định vô chat đăng nhập vô mà không thấy.
Cái chat này nó hơi bị chậm đó nè. Anh nhập vô rồi có khi một xíu rồi nó mới hiện qua bên kia.
Không join được rồi. Không sao, không cần đâu.
Đâu, anh chat vào cái comment đấy chứ, anh đừng chat vào cái private.
Comment thì lại không có nè, cho join được chat xong rồi nó không cho connect. Cái tài khoản thì chưa đăng ký ở đây.
Rồi sao anh không join bằng Twitter? Em thấy mình có thể chat bằng Twitter được không?
Yeah.
Em 1 triệu.
Connect.
Cũng không rành nữa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cũng nếu là không có thấy được mọi người cho nên là cũng không biết là
Chắc anh có thể mở thêm một tab Twitter nữa rồi ấn mail cái tab đó đi. Kiểu mọi người ta tại nó đang có cái tab ở trên đang mở trên Twitter á, Twitter Shop Việt Nam á. Ok, chắc mình bắt đầu trong đây anh ha. Mọi người chắc là nếu ai chưa vào chắc xíu mọi người sẽ vô. Anh thấy cũng đây là có 30 anh mắc rồi. Ok, thấy khá nhiều người coi ở trên Twitter là nhiều. Xin chào mọi người, thì hôm nay cái buổi technical sharing hàng tuần của Shopee Việt Nam. Thì hôm nay mình rất có vinh dự có mặt ở đây là có anh Sơn ở team UnderRealm. Thì hôm nay anh Sơn sẽ cùng chia sẻ mọi người về ECS. Nói chung cái này mình cũng chưa có dùng cái này, thì anh Sơn sẽ chia sẻ về cái kiến thức này và cái cách mà sẽ dùng nó ở trong game, mà mình nghĩ ở trong game. Ok, thì ok, có gì mời anh Sơn bắt đầu nha anh Sơn. Anh mở tiếng ở đây, anh đang mute á. Anh Sơn đang mute nha, mở tiếng này.
Ok. Mình có người nước ngoài hay là mình phải nói tiếng Anh gì không Vĩ, hay là mình nói tiếng Việt luôn cũng được?
Chắc đa phần là Việt Nam thôi anh. Tôi nghĩ chắc Việt Nam cũng được. Còn nếu anh tự tin nước tiếng Anh thì cũng được, nhưng mà em nghĩ nên tiếng Việt cũng được đi, bởi vì ở đây chủ yếu là technical sinh này trong cộng đồng mình. Nhưng mà tùy anh thấy anh muốn biết việc thì anh
Nếu mà có bạn nào người nước ngoài không? Có bạn nào người nước ngoài thì mình nói tiếng Anh, còn không thì tiếng Việt.
Em cũng không sure nữa, tại cũng chỉ biết có, nhưng không biết là có ai đang nước ngoài gì hay không nữa, tại mình không thấy được danh sách người ta xem á, nên không chắc.
Ok, vậy thôi anh sẽ tiếng Anh nha.
Ok.
So I think like today what I want to do is, instead of like talking about something that I know, I think it's more about like discussion. We can I wonder like if we can have like other people who like anyone who want to talk can talk to, or it's just me.
It's just you, but everyone can comment on Twitter, and you can see the comment in here in the back room, so you can answer.
Okay. In that case, so I need to see. Okay. Wait. Okay. So if someone comment on the comments, I will see it, right?
Yes, it will be there. So don't worry. So just like
Okay.
if anyone comments, so I get that, we will tell you. It's fine.
Okay. Okay. So we I think we can start. The topic today is like that is one of the things that I want to do for like 2 years already when I start working on the Web3 industry. I think one of the thing that the people introduced me about blockchain is like we can very decentralize everything, including when we build games. Not just decentralize the assets in games, in which in that case it's like we have NFTs as item in game. We can put it in a place that the game creator cannot control which item to mint. So the supply side would be defined by communities. We have a smart contract that defines which drop rate and which kinds of items we can get from on-chain, and everyone have the same opportunity, the same rules to randomly get something from the smart contracts like NFTs. That is fair, but it's it can be go like further if we can have our games, like in case we create games, not all kind of games, but I think like certain kind of games which like I think mostly focus on game that is like turn-based trading card games or chess, turn-based stuff. A lot of turn-based game also have huge like community and fans. That's why we build like in my case I build games, trading card games, and one of the goal of the project is to have everything run on chain. In that case, we not only have the decentralized assets ownership, but also the game itself is outside of the control of the game creators, which have pros and cons, and of course, like it's not always good to do so, but it's very interesting in the technical perspective if we can do something like that. So the topic today is about it. I think I will introduce what I have done so far, and I think in the later session of the talks, I think we can chat it. We spend more time to chat it about the topics. That is it good? How other people like you guys think about it, and is it pro and cons of these kind of concepts? But from back to my story. When I first start creating games, what I think is I want to have an engines like the game and like the core of the game, the engines, the very kernel, like only the game algorithms, the independence from the platforms that we run. So this is one of the first version of the games. It's run on the terminal, which can like for the developer who like okay, I think I will show you guys different like the same. We have a repo here. Actually, we already deprecate this one with the newer ones, but at least this one is open source. Anyone can see, and very same concept. The engines of the games do not include the front end, so it's just the very core algorithm that runs in this project we write by TypeScript, Node.js, but later we move to a Rust repo. That means that we can run the algorithm on terminal the same way we run it here. But we can also run that core algorithms on different game engines. Cocos is Wasm. We build Rust into Wasm, and Wasm can be run on browsers. So the game can be run on browsers, can run on desktop, and also the same algorithms, the core algorithm that decide how different element in the game interact with each other and who making which move and what is happening and who win the games. That kind of thing is in very core algorithms, which is we named engines, and the engines can run on terminal AUC, can run on different game engines, can run on the server side, because we cannot trust the player. Like if we have two players to play P2P, we need to have a server that actually define which is the actual truth. So player give the move and send to the server. Server decide who win, which move produce which result. In that case, we want to have the core algorithm also runs on the server. So back to the slide, you see we have the core algorithms run on terminal, run on Cocos, a kind of game engines that can be built for browsers, games, and also can be like on mobile or desktop. AWS here is the API that the core engine run. Also on SVM, Sonar Virtual Machines. Bevy is another game engine, but like this one very can be coupled together. So the idea is we can bring that core engine into things like Sonic have the Rust ECS framework. This one is alone. We use the same ECS system to build game in Bevy engines, and we can have like extra ECS that can compile into a smart contract that runs on the server side, the game server. So we have the game client in Bevy, the same source code, the same ECS concept run on the server side. So we have everything on chain. So I think that the later part of the present, I will go through each platform terminal. What is here? We can, this is very focused on, I think, the developer. We can have, like, I think, like the game, a project that a game that community driven is the so what I think we want to build in our game UnderRealm. A community driven project, I think, should be an open source project that anyone can contribute to the game itself, the core engines. If they don't like the UI that we built, they can use that core engine to create another variant of the game, just different rendering backends, different front ends, but the same concept. And we can share the same items, the same game, essentially the same game, the same logics, like algorithms, but different, maybe different way to see it. For example, we can run the game, play the game completely on terminal. Maybe no one won't do that, but it is something that we can do. Or they don't like Cocos, they don't like browser game, they create mobile game using Bevy engines, using Unreal, like they want super fancy 3D game. But the core engine is the same. The NFT side, the asset management layers, same. So that's truly something that open and community driven. So the first layer is like render the game on terminal and share the core algorithm so that any developer who interested, they don't have to care about other side. They don't have to care about NFT yet. They don't have to care about server side or other kind of concepts. They just go to the core algorithm, and the core algorithm have to wait to render the game very minimal and simple, so that they can understand what is going on. They can add more skill, customize the game the way they want, and then maybe create PR, merge to the original repo, and then build together. That kind of concept. So that is why we have the renderer, terminal renderer. Also, the same things, the same repo, the same core engine could be used. That is something we already built. We call card editors, which is using the same concept. Here is the tools. Let me introduce the context. So not only developer who have experience about programming can do contribution into the game by writing new code. The project also cover layers for people who don't have any experience and who don't want to write code. ECS is a very interesting kind of concept that we can write very small size, very simple functions. I will show the code later, but with very small functions, we can compose it together to make a very complex algorithm that can completely run the entire games with this kind of concept. And because it is composable, we can expose those composable layers into things like on the left side. We can, everything in here is a component, like a composable unit. So we have very small different units. We combine together to create, for example, cards, a system, like a game system, this kind of thing. But at least on these tools, we kind of focus on create cards. So it's named card editors. We can, for example, I will choose existing collection that we have. These are cards that already created by in this collection. I will create a new one. Create. So we have completely new cards. The concept here is like we compose different smaller components in the ECS system, entity component system, into an entities, and then we can have our cards. I do it. We can have cards metadata dragged in. This will decide what kind of visual image we want to use for the card. For example, I choose this one. It will reflect into here. This is like the visual image, and we can name it maybe my name, and we can see what happened here. So this entity, this component decide which is the name of the cards and visual image. We can have also other components attributes which allow us to define attributes like defense, attack, and health for the cards. So even I don't write any code, I can create new cards. But this is just like very simple attributes. What could be further? Card variant is like elemental of the cards. In this game, we have like different elementals. Wood, water, the kind of things. We choose the elemental. It will reflect into the color of the edge. For example, fire would be red. And the interesting part is in the skill. And we have a lot of skill activations, like this kind of component. It takes a bit to like it doesn't take a lot of time to understand this. It's quite simple. We have skill activation. When these cards, okay, I do it. I will do like summon activation. We can choose only one kind of activation, and then we can choose one skill, and everything combines together. We can choose, like we have a lot of activation and we have a lot of skills. So we can, when we combine these things together, we have like about 6 or 7 elements, different component, and with composite, we have like a lot of case, a large amount of case. So we can create a lot of cards with very unique skill, unique attributes, and unique visuals. I have the skill, I have the targets, and I have the activations, and I have the target, but I don't have the skill. Okay, I will do heal. So this means when I summon the cards, actually I have to write. When I summon the cards, it will destroy. Oh, I have 2 skill. I should have only 1. When I summon the cards, it will destroy facing target. So I say like destroy facing target. When summon, destroy facing target. So because this is just the front end, the core engines, like we say from the beginning, is anyone can contribute, and this component already includes the actual logics that can be executed and can be executed on different platform, different runtimes. So just by create and drag and drop these things, we can have a card and it's fully functioning. We can bring this card into, I can save it, and I can go to make a duo, choose the card collection that I have just added that new cards, create new role. This is here. I can add him into the game and actually play it. I think I had to refresh the tool. The tool is not very smooth. Sometimes it's broken. But essentially, you can test like in the editor, edit collection. We can edit the cards with like by composing different components, and later we can use it in a real. Oh, I think there's something wrong with the cards. Maybe some kind of component that require, but I didn't add, so we cannot use it yet. But for example, we create it, and if nothing went wrong, we can use it. We can create new duo. No, make a duo. Hey, we do it again. We can add the cards into the game and simulate it. I will play player A. We have 2 players. We can simulate that which side of the player we want to play. Then we can. Oh, I think I do something wrong. But actually, if I do it correctly, we can preview what we have just create. Like we can create a card by just drag and drop, and go to another page to actually trying to put the card into the games and play the game to see if our design already works. The cards have correct attributes. It works as we want. The skill actually functioning the way we expect it to see. So this is like the second layers. We have the same core algorithm that can be run on the browser to create like editor tools for any people who want to customize the game. So engineer who want to customize, who want to contribute, can go to GitHub and they do their contribution, customizations, or balance the game the way they want. It's very low level. Higher level, we can have like game lover who think they can contribute in different way by using the tools to drag and drop and then create the cards and then send the proposal to the community, and community decide that what we want to use and is it balanced, is it good to bring the cards into the game. So we have second layers. Also, like the game engine is the actual games, like we already seen in when I press play. That one is actually we're using code engines. By default, we, as the team that develop the games, we have our default implementation of the game using the game engine that we think we are good at. We can create a game, but because we have the core layers and also like tool chains to create different kind of stuff, like the character can be used to mint NFTs to create in-game items. So anyone can reuse that one, and then they can develop their own engines, the game with the another engines code. Unity's Unreal events or Baby engines in case they use Rust. So the core engines can be used to derive into different clients, and like the game is just not for one group of people or one company who develop it, but for a larger ecosystem. Like everyone can contribute in different ways, and even they can create different game clients that's like using the same tokenomics, using the same algorithm. So everything is fair at the layers, like at very essential layer. Anyone can like we have the same opportunity, we have the same control level in the lower layers, and when we want to create, even we want to create different clients, game clients, different version of game client, they all connect to the same sort of truth, the same game asset. So that could be very fun. So we have different game engines. Right now, in our team, like we are developing the game like Cocos, but we also have another like fallback, because we also use this one to trying to run the game completely on chain with Sonics. In that case, a Baby engine is the suitable choice. So we also have the game working on it in Baby, but we can reuse the core engines. This is like, I think this is another way. Like we right now, the game operates on like very legacy server side, like legacy infrastructure on AWS, Node.js, and also Rust. Like we have two different core engines, but like the more stable one is in Node.js. But the idea is that we can use it on the server side, on the legacy way, on the infrastructure that we own way use to run like traditional game, but also the same thing can be used to run on-chain game, because everything is in Rust, and Rust can run on SVM. And even we have the Rust ECS frameworks by Sonic that can I think it's still very early. We're trying to figure it out, but there is a lot of problem, like the state management and the logic that we can do on like still very limited. The pricing model is not very friendly yet. So I think right now we have two ways to run the server. Like the game client is just the layer to present what is happening, but the truth of the games, like who win, or like the actual truth happen on the server side, which could be on servers like a centralized server like this way, or we can even put it into on-chain, which means it's more fair, decentralized, and also mean the server never stop, because once we deploy the smart contract, it will be there forever, unless we like Solana is no longer there, and that is very hard to be the case. So I think that's it. Like if you guys want to see the code, I can show a bit, but I think like the next phase, maybe we want to chat more about that one. Oh, I can, sure, I can share it. I think I will post the link in Telegram, Super Team Telegram, because I don't have the permission to, or I will send Zhang and see who can help me to paste on the chat. But anyway, we can have it both.
Yeah.
Zhang will
put on your Telegram first, and I will send on your chat.
Awesome. Time to chat, guys. Like, feel free to like, can you ask questions, or if you want me to demo something, or you have any thoughts about like on-chain game. I think like I also want to hear you guys think about on-chains, like completely run the game on-chain. I think it's not very for sure. Like if you want to run a game or run a business, doing that way, I don't think it's viable. It's very theoretic. It's expensive, and it's not very complete, and maybe the speed is not that good. Yeah, but because I think blockchain is still evolving. We see a lot of even I think we have a lot of change, but in the very infrastructure layers, I also see interesting move. Some of friends I know, they make like on-chain storage, but in very different ways. We don't have like just IPFS or like pure storage on-chain, but we can do like programmable data storage on-chain, which I mean, like something seems like is not very practical right now, can be very different 2 years later, 5 years later, and this industry is big enough to stay there like 5 years. So I think even right now we can go the legacy way because the same engine can run on the legacy way. So we already launched our game and it run on AWS, but right now we are ready. It's like the infrastructure is ready. We have new innovation. We have new capability. Maybe the compute power is expanding. We have new tools that come into the ecosystem. We have new concepts, and we have more innovative. Maybe in certain points, we can run the game completely on chain economically. It will be very cool. So actually, right now, the repo that I share is a bit like outdated because we only moved to the core engine in Rust, and we work like we currently trying to make it at stable stage, and we're trying to figure out how we can the best way we can share it with the community without like to make it too complex or it's like too unstable. So when we have the engines that is more stable, like the second engines in the stable stage, we will open source that. So I will share it later.
Okay, people, if you have any question for Sean, feel free to chat. Feel free to comment on the chat. Yeah, I think we have a question.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I like Sonic because they doing very good in marketing, and yeah, but I think we still very early on that side. Like we can have a very fancy example that runs and like a proof of concept, but if we want to run it in production, or we want to really use the framework to run our game on chain, that would like kill ourselves because of the price. True.
The Sonic support meta progress. I mean, if
Yeah,
they want an NFT, the Sonic support it. I haven't tried it before. But
yeah. As I asked them, they say it's 100% compatible. They have everything that Solana have, and they update it quite frequent. So, for example, we have very new standard like last week, maybe this week, like we cannot have it, but like after a month, this kind of blacks only. So, Meta Black absolutely.
yeah, okay.
I wonder, like any other people, like I think like a lot of developer, we think about the same way. We want to have the game run on chain. No, I think not only us. Like when I go to one of the first Web3 conference I go, there's a guy that also talk about this one. A girl. She talk about like on chain computing. with very good price on EVM. I forgot to add her directly. I wonder like if she's still trying to do the same thing and how it goes in EVM. But the reason why I don't use EVM because at that time like only Solana is Solana is the only chain that have very good speed. The structure, the architecture is also very interesting. And up to now, like after 3 years, I still believe like Solana is one of the very unique chain that really serious about having the compute cheap and fast. Even we have like Aptos or Sui. I think they doing very good job, but I think like the most crazy guys in town that always focus on the speed and transaction fee is Solana. I have no I have no answers for it, but like I think we don't have to run 100% of the game in on chain, but that could be very interesting. For example, I think it's in our game only. I think that would be very interesting. We have a mode that we have different game mode. So maybe 90% of that is run in the traditional way. But we have a stack mode where you can play with other people with the on-chain asset, with the game server completely on-chain so that no one can cheat and you can gamble with him. So who wins, take the card of the one that's the one who lose. So in that kind of situations, we put the like a little bit value into the games, and it's more serious. We want to have a way to make sure like okay, I lose it because I lose it. There's no things it could be wrong. I don't know, but example like that. So in a very rare case or in certain scenarios, maybe we want to have the game run on chains, but 90% of the time, it could be like any servers, and even we have multiple different servers. That's even like as long as I believe the protocol. For example, under Metacraft Studio is the company who create UnderRealm, and we is one of the first one who trying to use the items, the concepts, the world to run our like projects and like make money or operate everything. But the economic is like behind the scenes still belongs to the community. So not a guys can use the same algorithm, same like base standards, and the same NFT asset to create another versions. And if they have enough like big community, they can have different games, even different type of games. They maybe on-chain game, I don't know, but yeah, it just mean like we have one more options. Actually, this is fun things in our teams. Engineering guys like me, always trying to convince the CEO like we think it's very cool to run the game on chains, and this will be like new possibility. You can use it for marketing, for growing markets, or you can use it as a signature of the project. But she always refuse the same reason like Sơn Hà say. Why we need that? It's too fancy. It's too like it's too far away. Maybe we don't need that. So I think right now it's just a cool thing to do. A toys rather than something serious, a real tools or a real games or a real thing that can be commercial. I think that's it. I can no. Let me check if I can. No, I don't think we. This is the old core engine. Interesting thing is like we can. I mean, like the number of like the code, like number of lines we have is super small. We don't have a lot of methods. And very portable. But like the amount of for example in the cards editor here, it's like the amount of we only make a calculation. The amount of combination we can create, like the total map card that we can create, this is almost infinite. But with these tools only, like we don't have to touch into the lower layers, like the core engines. With whatever we have right now, we can never ever create all the cards that's possible. So even like the games, right now we have like about 60, 70 cards. Maybe in the end cycle of the game, we don't want to have more than 200. So I think the engine is very potential. It's very fun. It could be used a lot of things, a lot of other plays, just not one genre of game. Maybe it can be used to build like completely new games, different games, as long as it is like turn-based. No, I use not Copilot, but I use like this one, IDERS. It's it's very powerful. Like it understand what it's very similar to Cursor, but Cursor we're trying to suggest us and like give the actions. It's to try to it's a friend. Like I feel like I will have a friend that sit next to me and knowing what I am doing. I can ask him like, I think this is that case, or I think that is the way to solve, and he suggests me like the tool is more about having someone to talk to just like touch it, and then he can give the feedback and maybe he give instructions. We have to specify to him like, I want you to give me a code that actually works. So by default, it's not trying to make it lazy. So it's interesting. Oh, I think if we don't have any other questions, I think we can wrap.
Yeah, I think we don't have any questions now.
Yeah, thank you everyone for like spending time. I know like it's quite close since like we announced that we have like a talk today. But like next time maybe we can try it better.
Yeah, if anyone have a question for Son, feel free can DM him and or add on the Telegram group of Super Team Vietnam as well. Hope to meet Son on another workshop in the future.
Yeah, thank you everyone.
Okay, thank you everyone. See you next week. Okay, thank you, Son. Bye bye.